anywhere. You know them as the internationally famous Westerneers, and for more than 50 years, they've been a part of the National Western Stock Show and Rodeo. So welcome them now as they present the Ride of the Colors. Pride in their country, pride in their state. It's always been a core value taught by the Westerners and featured in their drills. The turning team enters, riding dash, daring, and a precision unequaled at this speed. Their colorful costumes highlight their precision and their skill. The team spins out around the posted riders as the flags dash through. Now the team turns back into two pinwheels, which turn into columns of fours and move quickly out again. This maneuver is called threading the needle in pairs. Here is the speed and the timing that have earned these young people their accolades as the best in the world at speed. Thank you. They swing into a propeller in the center of our ring. The goal here is to keep the line straight, the speed high. Watch as our flag points join in to make it a giant propeller. Thank you. Right down the tandem wheels at each end of the arena, each of them spinning in the same direction. Now, this is called the Mariner's Cross, as riders from each quadrant of the arena watch them full speed ahead, every one of them heading toward those spotlights on the dirt at the same time. Perfect time is required to keep from crashing and burning, I'll guarantee you that. Now, this is called the split charge, or starburst, and it highlights the flags as the lines turn around the points, sweep back into the center, into a 4-point star. Now every rider joins in to make it a giant star. You're looking at 39 riders in the varsity red team. Thank you. One of the most difficult parts of their whole maneuver, their whole routine, comes up right now, where the outside horses hit the brakes, the inside horses go from standing still to taking off, and the star arms reverse. Every horse and rider has to switch direction and speed to make that work. We are looking for our spotlighted lead rider, and that is going to be Aaron Fry, riding the Bowie, a.k.a. Kawasaki Motor Scooter. And I just had to throw a few more syllables in there. This is Aaron on Bowie the paint horse, and she's grinning from ear to ear because as the Pied Piper, Aaron, is going to lead them in a corkscrew maneuver. This is where the circles just keep getting smaller and smaller, just like a corkscrew. Sooner or later, you're thinking they'll get 3 circles within themselves. There's no way they can unwind it without crashing and burning. Yet here Aaron goes. Slightly, she turns back to the right on the motor scooter and unwinds that corkscrew. Thank you, people. That's very kind. This is the last performance for them as the varsity red team. There are several seniors who are graduating and moving on. The group that is a part of 1,000 youngsters whose lives get touched on a yearly basis by an organization that is so much more than a drill team that teaches horsemanship. As a matter of fact, the final thread of the needle demonstrates that these young people, through their dedication and practice, have developed the skill to meet the next step in their lives, and that is the thread of the needle right there, or like cogs in a wheel. And that is done so beautifully. Thank you. From the Calgary Stampede to the American Royal in Kansas City, Missouri, to a command performance for President Clinton. They have been featured all over the United States and Canada. A superb group of young men and women. You know, the Westernaires are mindful, so mindful of the sacrifices made by the men and women in the uniform who guard our freedoms. They realize that wherever the stars and stripes are unfurled, people know the flag stands for the right of every man to be free. 6 of the Westernaires, 6 of our ones, are currently serving this nation in Afghanistan and Iraq. Let's salute them and their comrades for continuing that American tradition. You don't know the days and the hours and the practice that this 8 minutes takes. Literally, from the freezing cold to the heat of a dry August day, they continue to practice for one opportunity, and that is hopefully to have impressed you. With the final ride of the colors and this final day of the 98th year, the Westernaires await. They await to know what you have to tell them. What